Our last session on this roadshow. Now I'm ending up telling you about our plans for next year. For what I want to begin with is to see what is the goals we have to reach for 2010. Well, in the domain market, our goal is at the end of next year that we have 1,024,000 domains. Right now, in the end of December 2009, we just recently had passed 930,000 domains, and we will maybe end up this year with 935,000 domains. So that is one goal. Another goal is that 50,000 of this active domains should be signed using DNSSEC. And Peter told you about the market share, around 58%. Our long-term goal is to have a 60% market share in 2012, and of course in the next year we want to increase from 58 up to at least 58 and a half. Another goal, which you can't see on the slide, is that we are sending out a survey to you. Actually, we did this twice this year, but plan is to do it every year in April or May. This survey is that you should tell us how pleased you are with the registry, and in that index the board really put pressure on the registry to pass 60%. We must have 60% pleased registrars. I don't want to get into details how and explain exactly how this percent and those questions works, but we're really working hard to reach that goal, to have pleased registrars. And to still see that the .se domains are growing. We see that, of course, we're going to working through our registrars, and we really want to have additional sales on existing registrants. Also, we think we can do better on private persons and small business owners. We're gonna also try to run a campaign web, and from that campaign web, putting all leads right into the hands on our registrars. But more information will be about that, our plans in how to increase .se domains will be in the first quarter of next year. Okay, and how can we support you better? Well, in many ways, of course. One problem this year is that to call us, you had to pass our switchboard. We are going to change that in the last week of January. Then it also will be possible to call the registry by using a direct number. We will also implement a query management system, or we call it trouble ticket system. But if you are sending email to us, you're going to have a ticket, and then we can handle this by a ticket. Another thing is that in our accreditation program, you must have one certified member of your staff. And that certification is individual and it's valid for a year. So the 1st of February we are going to launch the so-called recertification program, and it isn't hard. It's 15 questions. It's a web-based test with several answers. So I tried it last week and I passed. It took me 3 minutes. I think you all will pass, and if you do not pass, you have to try it again, and of course then you should take a look in our self-study material, and it's about our routines and those important things. About sending emails to you. As you know, we had this year we had a newsletter which we're sending out to you every month, and in between that new letters we were sending out emails. Some of you maybe think we did it constantly, but there are a lot of information. But what we're going to try 2010 is to send out the newsletters every 2 weeks, and then try to, in the newsletter, just focused on what is important for a registrar and take away other .se information. So focus on information to registrar, and also in between those 2 weeks not sending out any emails. But I can't promise you that. It could be urgent things, but more information, but not at so many times, or I should say less information every 2 weeks. And other things. A lot of you out there do not like our paper-based transfer forms, which domain holder have to fill in to sign before you can do a domain transfer. We're going to investigate how we can handle a domain transfer without this paper-based transfer forms. It could be a solution that it's up to you to use the paper transfer forms or not. But you're gonna get more information when we have doing the investigation and find a proper solution. Another thing which we're gonna investigate is if we can find a better solution for releasing domain names than we do it today. Today, as you know, we are spreading out the releasing of domains over several days, and that works quite well. Our EPP server could handle the load, and that is the most important thing for us. But we're going to look into if we can find a better solution, and in all of those investigations we're going to do, we of course are going to let you be in this match and give comments before we go further on with any solution. Another thing which is a continuous work is to improve the quality of the domain name registry, and especially the database, and that is also going further on next year, of course. We also have ideas that we want to have more, want to protect the registry system in some way, because if you have a baseline and there suddenly are deviations from that baseline, you should have early alarms, so you can put people into to look what's wrong and why are they doing so, why are a registrar or several registrars doing so much, for example, registration with an we have seen a lot of strange things this year. Many things, for example, when registrations have been based on manual examples, and that is okay if it's one or two registration, if it's a manual example, but not if it's a couple of hundreds. And that is an example what I want to have an early warning, so we can check it out or blocking it very fast. Well, the quality of the SE zone, it could be better, and that is also one goal in the next year, that we should have a high quality in the SE zone regarding DNS data. And today Einar has told you about DNS check and the possibilities with that tool, and we are looking forward that you're helping us with the quality of the SE zone by using that tool or other tools. Another thing is that Anna-Sofia told you about the registrar website. Of course, we want to improve functionality and the operations to have an even better registrar web than we have today. And the last thing here is about risks. Since we launched several years renewal in the 7th of December, .se register has now, we haven't seen any risk so far, but we must maybe look into some new solution about minimize our risk, because you don't pay in advance, and we have no kind of system on prepaying for the mains registrations, and we have no plans to put that into the market so far, but we want to follow and see here what happened. And but as long as you are paying our invoices the month after, there will be no problem, but the problem can occur. And as you know, the root server is going to be signed in the mid of next year, and we have seen a lot of TLDs who now is rolling out their plans for DNSSEC. .se has been running DNSSEC for a couple of years now, and we really want to have more registrars who can handling DNSSEC, handling the key materials from their domain handling systems, and could sign their customers' zones. And to help you in this kind of area, we have decided for next year to set up a training session, a more practical kind of training session for registrars. It will be about tools and solutions for registrars, so you can starting up signing DNSSEC. One of the tools which we're gonna have in this training is OpenDNSSEC, which is a tool we have developed together with Nominet and NLNet Labs. And OpenDNSSEC is today, it's 1.0, and OpenDNSSEC is very fast on signing one large zone. So it's really operating well for a TLD. What we have seen so far is that it's not that fast when it comes to smaller zones. But the next release which is upcoming in about 2 months will be faster and will also could also handle the situation when you have to sign many zones. And in cooperation with our registrars, we want to develop a requirement list. And what really does a registrar need from an DNSSEC management tool, and put those requirements into the OpenDNSSEC project. So that is one thing you're gonna hear more about from us. The first thing which you're gonna see, it's that we're gonna send out an DNSSEC information package in the end of January, and later on we're gonna do a lot of things so we can have more registrars who can handle DNSSEC. I'm gonna end up this presentation with to show you a dialogue which we had with the Registrar Association, the so-called registrars.se, and the slides are on the website, so I don't gonna go through all of this, but when you look on the slide by yourself, you see on the first line there is a question or a proposal from registrars.se, and the second line is .se registry's answer, and I'm just going to point out two things here. About service windows. I can promise you that we, in the first week of January, is going to sending out the year schedule for service windows. Next year we're going to have 10 planned service windows, and in 5 of these service windows we're going to have new EPP releases. But those EPP releases, which we're also going to send out information to you about, there are no plans. What I know now is that there are no planned releases who had any impact or on your EPP clients. So if a bug or something which I don't know about today doesn't occur, then there will be no changes in your EPP clients next year. And also here on okay, the last thing. The cameraman, are you ready? Okay. The last thing here is, as you probably have been seen on .se web, the registrants can check out a couple of things, and they can see which all of which companies are .se accredited registrars, and they can see in which country they are or other things. But what they also can see is the price for the registration. And .se registrars, they thought that it was a good idea if the registrar didn't charge in Swedish krona, that we should show the other valid then. But no, that isn't actually the issue for us now at the registry. The issue is, should we show the price at all? And what we did in Stockholm, Gothenburg, and Malmö, that we asked the registrars who did attend the roadshow, and actually there were only one registrar who wants us to still wants that we should show the prices. So we have decided to take the price parameter away from the .se website. Okay, thank you for listening, and that was all from .se registry for this year. See you again 2010. Bye.